SMMA is dead. I said it. The whole run of Facebook ads for businesses and charging $1,500 a month model, it's done. Agencies are struggling now more than ever, and clients are dropping off faster than ever. You know, still trying to sell ad management like everybody else, you're already behind. But here's the thing. It's not because businesses don't want more customers. It's because they're tired of working with agencies that are promising the world and delivering these leads that don't ever convert. The game has changed, and if you want to hit 10K per month in 2025, you need to stop selling SMA and start selling systems. All right. So a lot of times, you know, with SMA, everybody, when they're first starting out, and even for myself, I started off as a marketing agency back in the end of 2018, and I started selling Facebook ads. Okay. Just like everybody else, this was like the unicorn back in 2018, 2019. Find your most local mom and pop shop and selling some type of generating leads. And that's what I did for like the first month or so. And my clients were leaving faster than ever. I was not able to hang on to clients for longer than 3 months, right? And so that's when I switched over to the Google Ads agency model, okay? So I started running Google Ads, and this was very, very profitable for my marketing agency. I made millions of dollars literally just by running Google Ads for service-based businesses. And I've been able to scale my marketing agency to pretty much past 7 figures by just running Google Ads. I was like, wow, if only I had learned this high ticket skill, you know, years prior, instead of having to go through all these testing and trial and other business models, then I would have made so much money. But now that we are in 2025, things are getting a little bit more difficult when it comes to generating, you know, new customers, generating high quality leads for businesses in general, just because the competition and the rising cost in advertising, right? Things are a lot more competitive. Things are more expensive now. So it's making it, unless you have a really solid lead gen system set in place, the business owners, they have a good sales process, which is most of the time is very hard to do, right? Making sure that your campaign is really well dialed in and performing well, and then making sure that your clients are also doing their part in answering the phone or following up with leads and closing. It's really hard to get both of those things to really synchronize and line up, and that's why it's so hard now to run just selling SMA and being profitable with it. So the game has changed, and I want to share with you guys my hybrid lead gen system. And this is a hybrid lead gen system that it's going to pretty much cover all the holes in the boat, okay? Just picture your client is in a boat, they're trying to get to their destination, but inside this boat, their boat, there's a bunch of holes in the boat, right? So if they don't plug in these holes, they're not gonna get to their destination, okay? So now we're gonna focus on selling systems. Google Ads has by far still produces the highest quality of leads because Google is going to get the highest intent, right? Anytime someone is searching for something, they wanna hire somebody, they wanna purchase something, likely they're gonna use the #1 search engine in the world to find that, which is Google. So which means that Google is gonna produce the most red hot leads, the most intent to hire your clients, services, okay? So I still want to implement my Google Ads. Now, there's a second platform that now Google has really rolled out. It's been around for a couple of years now, as many people knew about it, but now it's starting to get really popular. And LSA stands for local service ads. And basically it's the first, it's like on top of the sponsored ad, which is a search ad. So if you search something up on Google, it's gonna be the first 3 ads, literally right on top, that's your local service ads, okay? And the way that local service ads work is actually based off of 5-star reviews. So if you are a newer business and you don't really have a lot of reviews yet, LSA isn't going to perform as well. Now I'm going to show you guys how the workarounds that and how we can get LSA going. But I just want you guys to understand that we have Google Ads, which is going to be bringing in red hot intent leads, and LSA ads, which is even better in my opinion than Google Ads alone. And the reason for that is because LSA produces even higher quality leads than Google. Everybody that calls LSA are probably 80% a high quality lead through LSA because they see your reviews, they call you directly, they already know that they want to work with you. Now, the pros and cons to both of these. With LSA, the quality of the leads are going to be better than Google. But the downside to LSA is that you're not going to get a lot of volume, which means that if you're looking to scale your business, you're not going to be able to rely on LSA alone, okay? So LSA is great for generating high high quality leads, best quality leads in my opinion. And it's also on a pay per lead basis, which is a beautiful thing as well. They only charge you when a lead actually goes through. And if the lead is not a qualified lead, you won't even get charged for it. And Google does a really good job of automating and reviewing the call to see if it's actually a qualified lead. And if it's not a qualified lead, they won't even charge you for it. The downside, like I said, is it's not scalable because you're not gonna get a lot of volume, okay? Because it's only like 3 ads at a time and it's a carousel, so it rotates with all the other businesses in your area. So the chances of you being shown up, it's less likely if you have less reviews, okay? Which is why it's so important to really build up your 5-star reviews. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that as well. Now with Google, the quality of leads I've seen over time, it has dropped. I get it, everybody's been complaining about the same thing, is the quality of leads not as good, and also the cost of Google ads is rising, right? The cost per lead and things like that is going up. It's ridiculous just because all the competitors are, all your competitors are running ads. A lot of marketing companies, like big marketing companies out there like Scorpion and a couple others, they're working with multiple clients in the same area. And what happens then, if you're working with multiple clients in the same area, you're really just competing against each other and driving up the cost. So that is the downside of Google. But once you crack the code, once you get dialed in with Google and you've been running your ads, you have a lot of data coming in, your algorithm is pretty much set, the results are very, very consistent. It gets very consistent and it's gonna be very scalable once you get the campaign dialed in. So with Google, you gotta take a little bit of patience, but once you get it dialed in, campaign is running well, has lots of data coming in, it's gonna be more scalable and it's gonna get more consistent. Better quality, not scalable, okay. So now, how can we make LSA work for us if, let's say, we are, maybe we're a newer business, or maybe your client business, they've been around, but they don't have like the most 5-star reviews, right? There are other competitors who have more reviews than them. So how can we get LSA to perform even better for us? Now, with LSA, like I mentioned, the way it works is it's based off of 5-star reviews, number one, and number two, how quickly you can pick up the phone. So if your clients are good on picking up the phone, which is something that's kind of outside your control, unless you kind of just remind them, hey, make sure you pick up the phone within the first, 3 to 5 seconds or whatever the case may be. But with LSA, what we have now added along with this, our service here, is that we have now added, so we supplement LSA by adding service. So we've now added reputation management to our part of our system, and we have an automated workflow where we literally take the clients, all the clients' past customer lists, we add it to our automation reputation management software, and it reaches out via SMS and email to get their past customers to write 5-star reviews on Google for our clients. So now we're literally just building up more 5-star reviews to get the LSA performing better and for them to rank even higher organically, so they're just getting more customers organically as well. So we're getting them more organic jobs, and more LSA is gonna perform better because they're getting more 5-star reviews, okay? So this is an automated workflow that we literally bought out and we implement it for our clients. It's automated, we integrate it with the client's CRM as well. So anytime that there's a new client, new customer, and the work is done, we reach out via SMS, via email, and ask them to write a 5-star review for the Google business profile. Now, for whatever reason, if let's say the customer or client gives anything less than a 4-star review, what we do is we don't even send them the link for them to write a review for Google. Okay, so instead, anything less than 4 stars, we'll just ask for feedback and on how the business can improve their services or whatever the case may be. But if the client says, hey, you know what, what would you rate us? And they say 4 or 5, then we'll send them the link, and from there they can write a Google review. And so this is how we get more 4 and 5 stars our clients' businesses, okay? And that's how LSAs can perform better. That's how they rank higher on Google, because they have more reviews and they're gonna get more organic jobs coming in. That's on the LSA side. For Google, things are getting more competitive. Conversion rate might not be as high. Your cost per lead is skyrocketing. How can I bring my cost per lead down, okay? So on Google, we all know it's premium leads. Cost is gonna be a lot higher than most of other platforms. So now what we're doing is, along with Google, we know that we get good high intent leads, but not everybody that clicks on our Google ad converts the first time, right? On Google, on average for us as an agency, we normally convert anywhere between 20 to 30% conversion rate, meaning that when someone clicks on an ad, we have a 20% to 30% chance that that person is going to give us their contact information or call the business directly. But what happens to the others, 70 to 80% of people that don't convert? And for most agency, most other businesses who are running some sort of Google campaign, sometimes they're not even converting 20 to 30% and above that. Most of the time, industry standards, they're gonna be, most of the time, businesses that are running, some type of Google ad campaign, they're only going to be converting anywhere between, I said 8% to maybe 15% on the high end. But on average, they're gonna see anywhere between 8 to 12%, which means that they're not even performing well on our averages, which is our average is 20%. And that's like the low end, right? You're still really struggling with high costs and stuff like that. So it's not even pretty much almost not even profitable for businesses that are converting at 8 to 15%. So we convert, like I said, 20% and above. But even then, cost per lead is still way too high. How can we bring the cost per lead down? Okay. So what we started implementing is we started doing Facebook and Instagram. But we don't just run Facebook and Instagram code to code audience, okay? Even though that may still work, but we're still, and we'll test that out as well, but we like to focus on retargeting ads. So we'll run the retargeting ads for anybody that clicks on our Google ad that might have not converted the first time or the second time or whatever. Then we'll start showing our ads to those people that have already shown interest in our services on other platforms. And when we're running ads by retargeting these leads or these potential leads, right, the cost per lead significantly drops. So let's say a cost per lead might be 100 to 150 on Google. We can literally get those same leads on these platforms for like a fraction of the price. So it might be anywhere between $5 to $30, let's just say, okay? So $5 to $30 by retargeting these people who clicked on our ad that didn't convert on a different platform. So we'll be converting them at $5 to $30 per lead, right? So depending on the cost per lead on this, I mean, we've worked with law firms where cost per lead can be at, $500 plus, right? At $500 plus, you can get those same leads on this platform for a fraction, right? You can get it for anywhere between, I'd say like $70 all the way up to $200, okay? Depending on the market price and stuff like that. But this really helps us cover all the holes in the lead gen for our client's boat, okay? So Google is still our main driver. That's gonna get us the high intent leads. It's scalable. And then we supplement that in addition with the local service ads, where it's not as scalable, but the quality of leads are amazing. The only downside, not scalable, and sometimes the ads won't even show if you don't have enough 5-star reviews. So we gotta get good reviews on LSA for it to perform well, and we supplement that by doing rep management. And then for everybody that doesn't convert on our Google, we retarget them on other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Now, along with Google, what we've also been testing out too for some of our clients is we'll run Bing ads. So Bing ads, they're owned by Microsoft. It's pretty much like, Bing.com. It's another search engine, is also pay per click. The search market share isn't going to be as large as Google, but the demographic, right? You're asking like, oh, who uses Bing, right? The demographic of people that uses Bing are going to be, an older demographic population, right? So which means that these people are more affluent, right? If older people are using Bing, that means they have more money, so more affluent, and that's really the demographic. So depending on the type of business that you are running ads for, Bing might be actually very beneficial to their customers, right? If they're older demographic, Bing. And what we've seen from Bing is that it's really a hit or miss, to be honest with you guys, but when it does work, it works really well because it's still a pay-per-click method, just like Google, but the cost is much lower. Bing ads, the cost per click could be $2, $3, whereas Google, you might see cost per click anywhere between $30 to $60. Bing, you're gonna see a fraction of that. It could be like $2, $10, $20, whatever the case may be. So we've seen costs be much lower on Bing, and when it does hit, when it does work, it actually works really well, okay? So we actually did Bing ads for one of our service businesses clients for, I believe he was a plumber specifically. And not only were we able to generate leads at a much lower cost, we were also getting better quality, surprisingly, quality leads than Google, okay? We were getting lower cost, better quality leads than Google. And the reason for that is because, like I said, people who are on Bing are more affluent. If they're affluent, they're most likely homeowners. And in our case, our plumbing client wanted to specifically work with homeowners, right? They wanted to work with homeowners, not renters. Homeowners were more able to make decisions quicker, and they have more money to spend and pay for the service. So better quality leads and lower cost on Bing. So we really, here's our main like three lead generation platforms, I would say. It's Google, Bing, and LSA. We'll test Bing here and there if it's, if you feel like it's a fit for our clients. But really, along with that, we need to supplement thing with other platforms to really put these things on steroids and get it to really accelerate and work, right? So that's why we added reputation management workflow. We have an automated workflow inside of Go High Level, and that's automated via SMS and emails to get people to write 5-star reviews. LSA is gonna perform better. For everybody that doesn't convert on Google, we then retarget them on Facebook, Instagram to still capture their information at a much lower cost. So that is pretty much what my agency is now focused on. We're not just a Google Ads agency anymore, even though sometimes our clients are like, hey, we just want to do Google Ads and that's it. And that's totally fine. We could do that. But when we implement our full hybrid system here, we're able to cover them from all angles and generate leads quickly at the lowest cost possible. So hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. This is about selling, not selling SMA, it's about selling systems. And if you guys need my help and you guys are looking for like one-on-one coach on how to set this stuff up, then I'll have all the description or the links in the description below. You guys can apply to see if you're a good fit for my team. And we'll do account audits and I'll help you guys set all this up to make it successful for your clients. So hopefully this video was helpful. Drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.